What's up guys, Resale Rabbit here, and today I am going to review my eBay lighting set. Some stuff I just got, some stuff I've been using for a year. But before we do that, people seem to like last time I did it, so while we wait for people to join the live show, I'm going to show you what's sold in the last 24 hours. It was a little more than 24 hours. It is Monday. I last shipped Saturday. So it shipped, it didn't get dropped off, but it shipped. So this is what has sold basically a little bit Saturday, all day Sunday, and up until now on Monday. So for starters, I already packed up a couple of these things, so I can't really show you exactly what they are, but I have a JVC remote here I sold for $20. I paid, oh, where did this come from? I got a box full of remotes for I think $5 from somebody, so that paid for all of them. And I also sold Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $10. I've had this thing laying around for ages. By the way, that's for the PS2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. This thing has been sitting around for ages, so I can't really tell you what I paid for it. I have no idea. I've got a lot of comments coming in. Nice hat. How do I find your eBay store? I don't really promote my eBay store for privacy reasons. Let's see. Number 3, big sale of the day was this thing. I honestly have no clue what it is. It says it's a power supply for something. I don't really know how to test it. There aren't even any lights on it, so I basically sold it untested. I got $179.99 for it. This came in the news van that I bought out, which I've talked about in a few videos. I have already made like $3 grand on the news van, so I've got nothing invested in this. This racking piece I was gonna take off to make it, pack up a little bit easier, because this is just a little piece of trim used for rack mounting. But unfortunately, the piece that holds this screw in is not really attached, it's just a nut. So when I took it off, the nuts just fell inside of the thing. So I actually had to take this whole panel off to get the nuts to put this back on. So I'm just gonna ship it like this, make it easier for the buyer. But I got $180 for it. The next thing that I sold was Star Wars Battlefront for the PS2. It's in a GameStop case, however, it does have the manual. I didn't get much for this. I got $7.99. Ironically, both Battlefront games shipped to Wisconsin, but different zip codes. Again, I've had this thing for ages. The reason I haven't sold it in a long time is because they were both scratched up. And I finally got my disc resurfacer out of storage. It's been packed away somewhere, so I've been cleaning these up a little bit. So I've got that. Let's see, we've got a Sony Remote. This is this little tiny thing. This came in that lot of remotes as well. Again, only sold for $7.50, but I've got nothing in it. These things only take a couple of seconds to list. What else do we have? I've got this piggy bank. It looks like a cake. It is brand new. I've got a bunch of these. They are selling decently, $20 each. They came on Target pallets. I apologize, I'm like 5 feet away from my phone here, so I can't read the comments right now that are coming through. Next, I sold this little fingerprint reader. I got a whole bag of like 20 of these things for free in a deal because they didn't seem to be selling. There were none sold on eBay and a few active. But these have been selling pretty well, one every couple of days. I believe this is the last one. Just a little USB fingerprint reader to log into things. I sold, let's see, a Kodak stack loader. This goes for a carousel. It is used, it's in the original box. And that sold for $20. By the way, the fingerprint readers, I don't think I mentioned that, were $12.99 each. And I think I've sold 20 or 30 of them. What else is there? A brand new Morona shirt. A lot of people gave me crap for listing this, but I got $14.99 for this shirt. Brand new Morona. It came on a Target pallet, so I can't really tell you what I paid because they're unmanifested. I paid, well, let's put it this way. I paid $500 for this shirt and got a whole bunch of free stuff with it. So that's what the pallet cost, was $500. So that sold for $14.99, and that, I got a lot of crap for listing that. I listed that when I was trying to figure out a way to list shirts fast. By the way, I'm not going to continue doing that because it seems there are more efficient ways, and I actually found a more efficient way where I can even research better, but that's for another video. So that sold for $14.99. This Gigabit Gaming router is dealing. Let me take it out of the bubble wrap here. This thing, it is, let's see, let's try to find a model number here. DGL 4100. gamer lounge. It sold for $15. I had this priced much higher, but it sat for ages, wasn't selling. So the second I got an offer, I'm like, screw it, get it out of here. So that sold. I sold a Harley Davidson denim button-up shirt. Let me go over here. I have it on display with the other part of this video. This thing sold for, I'm tripping over stuff. It's kind of a mess over here. That thing sold for $15.76. And lastly, oh, we got two more. Another shirt, this Hager shirt, pre-owned, sold for, and Hager is not a good brand, so I'm surprised that sold so quick, but I got $14.99 for it. Someone says, I can understand that. Looks like I'll have to hunt the sold listing. Okay. And then Panasonic Remote. I've got like 100 of these remotes, exact same model. I sold for $7.99. I actually bought these to sell on Amazon, but then, well, that's out now. So now I know I'm gonna get people asking. They came from a hotel that replaced all of their TVs, and they use some sort of universal remote or something in the hotel, so you can access hotel menus and whatnot. So these just got chucked, and they sold them all to me. I think I spent like $1 each for them and bought like 150 of them. Sold about a third of them on Amazon and made my money back. I was getting about $10 after fees on each one, and the rest came back to me. So I've been selling. I posted on eBay, $7.99. I don't sell much, like one a week. But what else am I gonna do with them? You know, I just made one listing and I don't need to touch it again until they ship. So that is what sold in the last, I don't know, 36 hours or so. But the reason you're watching this video is my light setup. So I've been selling on eBay for about 6 months now as an addition to my Amazon business and building up from there. And when I first started, I bought a light box, and I wanna show you that. By the way, links to everything I'm going to show you is down below. I know people are going to ask that. Let me take this off the tripod so I can show you here. Flip around. This light box here cost me $20. Now, it has multiple colored backings here. You've got black, blue, red, and white. And it's just a typical light box. It folds up into a nice little carrying case. That cost me $20. Now, here's what I think about it. I think it's a good little light box. It's good for the price. However, these are still 6 months later wrinkled up. And the material you really can't wash. You can't put in the wash machine or the dryer. So I'll have to figure out a way to wash it. But honestly, for $20, I might just replace it since it's starting to get dirty. Not the best light box ever, but it's a good starter one for $20. Next, I got these lights. Pardon my mess. I got these lights, a set of 2 of them for, oh, let me see if I can remember what I paid for them. Let's walk up to the computer here so I can take a look. I paid $18.25 for those lights. It looks like they come with some filters, but they don't, I don't use them. You can see I bought these, wow, a little longer than 6 months ago, November 23rd of 2016. But anyways, I've got those lights. These work really well. They're nice and bright. I've got 2 of them. That's for 2 of them, that $18. There's another one over here. They're nice and bright. They've got filters on them. Look at that. It's like staring into the sun. They're very bright. They're LED. You'll never have to change them. My only real gripe is this is not a good stand. They constantly fall forward. It should be a little bit nicer. But they do the job. I knock them over periodically, but they're solid. How much did I let the Fat Albert outfit go for? That sold for $175. The guy still hasn't paid for it, so I'm about to open an unpaid item claim. The next thing that I bought are these acrylic bases. I love these things. I paid about $15 for both the black and the white. They kind of add some gloss. It's kind of tough to tell on video. And they're starting to get scratched up, but they add a little bit of gloss. When you're taking pictures of something, you can kind of see the reflection of it on there. I just think it adds that elegance look. I use them for a lot of smaller items. I don't really use the black one much, but I do use the white one. Pros and cons with that, they're $15. They make the images look really good, but the cons are they scratch so easily. So honestly, I'd recommend replacing them. You can kind of see a scratch that is. Replace them every 6 months or so. They're only $15, so it's not that big of a deal to replace them. All three of those things are down below in the description. Now these are nice. These just came in the mail today. Lima Studio softbox lights. They're on stands and everything. They look nice. Now, it's important to have good lighting. Let me flip this around and talk to you for a minute. There are two things that are very important when it comes to taking good photos on eBay. Number one is going to be a clutter-free background. Now, if you're new and don't have the money to go and spend on a big studio, you've got a couple of options. You can use your bed. You know, beds are what, 6 feet by 4 feet, 5 feet? So it's a nice big space to put your stuff, but there are a couple of issues there. Number one, thrift store stuff is gonna get your sheets all dirty. You don't wanna sleep in that. Number two, you're looking for clutter-free, so you need solid sheets. So a friend of mine, certainly a friend, not me, a friend has Superman bed sheets. They're awesome. I mean, they're childish. They're Superman bed sheets, and that's gonna add a lot of clutter. And don't even get me started when I take out my Shopkins. I mean, my friend's kids' Shopkins bed sheet. You don't. Anyways, you want solid sheets. I don't have Shopkins bed sheets or Superman bed sheets. Moving on. Another option is your countertop. That's a nice stand-up area. You're not hunched over on your bed sheets. That gives you a good, solid color. Your countertop is usually white. Now, if you're one of those fancy rich people that have stone countertops, you'd want to put down a piece of poster board, but that's a good way to start if you're new, to have that white, solid background, that clutter-free background. A couple more options, especially if you're using a mannequin, you need something on the wall. Pin a bed sheet to the wall so you don't have the wrinkles. You'd want to pin it straight so there are no wrinkles. You could use a projector screen. It'll pull down when you're using it, pop back up when you're done, using it, when you need the space again. And you could also just get a roll of big paper and pin that to the wall. So you've got options for that white background, but the most important thing is the lighting. If I had to choose between lighting and a clutter-free background, I would take my pictures in this area right here with that right behind it, but have good lighting. Because the lighting is the most important part. It makes your pictures look much better, just having good lighting. What's the best thing you paid so little and made the biggest profit? Well, I'll go off topic for that. I guess the highest profit margin on something was, and this might have been on video, I bought a brand new in the box voice recorder at a pawn shop in Albuquerque with the college picker. I spent 20 bucks and sold it a few days later for 700. That was probably one of my top single item purchases. But anyways, back to lighting. Natural lighting is the best. You definitely, if you can get natural lighting, do it. Craigslist Hunter has a setup where he just has some poster board right in front of a window, so he's got that natural lighting. But some of us don't have natural lighting. Maybe you're working out of your spare bedroom or out of your living room, or maybe you have a warehouse, or you're working out of your garage, and it's tough to get that natural lighting, especially if it's nighttime and you're working. A lot of people are working around their work schedule, so it's dark out when they're taking pictures. So you're gonna wanna buy some good lights. Good lights don't mean expensive lights. You can go and someone just asked if I've got any advice for a new eBay seller. That's basically what this whole video is. So keep an eye on this video, keep watching this video. This is good advice for pictures. I've got some other videos. I'm still a pretty new eBay seller. I've been selling on Amazon mostly, but quick little advice for a new eBay seller, go check out Craigslist Hunter also. He's got a lot of good eBay videos. He's been doing it a lot longer than me, and he's a lot better than me on eBay. But anyways, what do you do about eBay and PayPal fees? What do I think about them? I love them. They are so cheap. 10% on eBay, and I get even less because I'm a top-rated seller. I'm like 8% on eBay, and then PayPal fees. That is a fraction of what I've been paying for Amazon fees, and if you factor what it would cost me for ads, I've got another business that I spend like $200 a week on ads, and that's a cheap week. I much prefer eBay fees. But anyways, so your lighting. I completely lost my train of thought. Yes, cheap lights with a good diffuser, which is basically a sheet in front of it so you don't have that glare of the light, is all you really need. But once you have a little bit more money, this set is awesome. It's got some pros, it's got some cons, but it's only $69.99. So I want to show you this set here. I just bought it, or actually just got in the mail today. You can see how nice that looks with that picture. Notice my background is actually a dry erase board. I'm probably gonna pull that because I've got this nice brick. I think that gives a cool look. I'm gonna see how that looks. This used to be an exterior wall, so this is actual brick. It's painted white. I think it might look good just using that as the background. So I'm gonna try that out and see, it might need a little bit of a cleaning, maybe paint it a little bit, but see how that looks. But anyways, this is what the lights look like over here. They've got the diffusers. And someone asked, where's Steve Rakin? He went from 6 videos a day and vanished. I have no idea. He's busy in the gym. He's working out and dieting. So these lights, $69.99, you get both of them. Here are my issues. Look at those cords. This cord doesn't even touch the floor. It hangs down about 6 inches off the floor. I would love to have a longer cord, but there's nothing an extension cord can't solve. Obviously, this isn't how I'm permanently gonna keep them. Oh, it's hanging like this. I will trip on this so many times. So this is just a temporary setup while I was trying them out. The switch is nice and high here. That's easy. You don't need to bend down or dig in something. But if you look at this, that's with the lights on, and that's with the lights off. And I still have these lights on next to it, and these lights overhead. That is a huge difference from that to that. Huge difference. The color even looks different. Like, this thing looks a lot different in color. It looks a lot dingier than that. Better pictures means higher sales. You can sell it quicker, you can sell it for more money. So these are supposedly 700 watt bulbs. Now, they're not actually 700 watt bulbs. Let me pull this off here so you can see what we're dealing with. It's Velcroed on there. Look at the size of this bulb. Ooh, it's warm in here. Look at it compared to my hand. This bulb is huge. It says 85 watt on it, but this is the energy saver type bulb. It's probably equivalent to a 700 watt incandescent. Now this thing folds up small. This whole box up here will fold flat. Of course, you would take the bulb out. And then this tripod extends down. It drops to be a lot smaller. And it even comes with a nice carrying case. Let me quick show you that, because there's a couple of things I want to point out in there. Look how messy this place is. I'm working on something here. And when I'm working on something, I'm messy. So this is the box that it all came in. Make sure my address isn't showing. And it comes in. You got this nice carrying case for it, and these 2 small ones for the tripods. Seriously, these bulbs are huge. But there's something that's kind of nice here. Sometimes UPS is rough on handling. Bulb broken, no problem. Contact us and we'll send one right away. So that looks like they also give you a free 1-year warranty on it as well. Not that you really need a warranty for something like this. It doesn't have any moving parts. But that's kind of nice. If you get a broken bulb, it sounds like they'll just send you one right away. This was Amazon Prime free shipping, $69.99. You can see their little brochure here. Limostudio.com. I just bought it on Amazon. Right there, retail business exclusively by Amazon. So there you go. So their website probably brings you to Amazon. Well, my main issue is the short cords. The other thing that I really don't like, I will show you. Every time I do a video, I realize how messy this place is. This thing is the part that I hate the most. These are plastic. All of these little fasteners, there's these ones, there's down here. It's all plastic. So I could see you tighten them too much, they break, you're constantly moving them. It's good for a starter set, especially if it's one that's gonna stay stationary and not move. But if you're a photographer and you're gonna take this out in the field and move it around and constantly pack it up, you're probably gonna want a better set. So that is the second thing. The cord is too short. These are made of plastic. The other thing is this tripod seems a little small. This is really wobbly, which I don't like. I mean, I don't have any experience with really high-end ones, but I figured they'd be made better than that. But again, it's only $70. So keep that in mind. So that's what you're looking for. If you want a good set of lights, these Limo Studios, even though I have issues with them with the cord and whatnot, they're minor issues. I love the price. It seems like a very quality light setup. The bulbs, I can't imagine cost too much to replace when they eventually do go out. I would probably replace them with LED bulbs when I do ultimately replace them, and then I'll never need to replace them again. But that is my recommendation for a light setup. All the links are down in the description for the different sets of lights and for the softbox and the acrylic bases. That's my recommendation for eBay for your lighting. If you're on YouTube, you might see those in some of my YouTube videos. Will work lights work for Will the work lights work for making adult videos as well? I suppose. I was just about to say, if you're doing YouTube, they'd be good for video, but I guess if you're doing those kind of videos, they'd work for that too. But anytime you need to take good pictures or video, these would be a solid light setup. Definitely recommended. Flip it back on so you can see it. They're very bright. I have the softbox half taken off on that one, or the diffuser. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.